Happy Christmas, guys. It's Christmas Day. We're in London. We've come up to meet the family and have an awesome Christmas dinner. We've got lots of other things planned as well. We'll fill you in a bit on what we're going to be doing, but let's go and have a look around London. Just dashed out to have a quick look. We're staying close to Tower Bridge, so I thought I'd go and grab a look. People everywhere. It's Christmas Day. Unbelievable. You forget living in Cornwall how busy these cities are. So we've got dinner planned, so we're off to have dinner. We got a run planned for Boxing Day morning, so we're going to come out, get some footage, have a run along the embankment, do a few other things as well. So a bit later on I'll fill you in on what we're doing, what we're planning to do. We're trying to cram in as much as possible into this weekend. So we're off to have dinner. Happy Christmas, everyone. It's Boxing Day morning. We had an awesome Christmas meal yesterday, so while we're in London we thought we'd make the most of it. It's early, that's why I'm whispering. We're going to go down, have a bit of a run along the embankment, have a look at the London landmarks. Haven't been here for a few years, so we've got quite a bit to cram in. A few other things as well. We'll tell you all about it once we're out there, once we're having a run. See you soon.
Ground floor, doors opening.
So what are we going to do on this run? We're going to try and cram in as much stuff as possible. We've got a couple of new bits of tech to film on the channel, so we thought we'd do a quick review. We're not tech reviewers, we're runners, but it'll just be good to see the tech in a running environment. So we've just managed to get hold of the new DJI Osmo Pocket, which is an awesome bit of kit. 4K camera, shoots time lapses, motion time lapses. It's obviously on a 3-axis gimbal and it's tiny. Comes with a great little case as well. So we're going to film with this today. We're also going to film with the GoPro Hero Black 7, the new one. We've been doing a lot of filming with that. Super impressed with the digital stabilization of images. Amazing, mind-blowing. So we're going to kind of run them together. We're going to film on the DJI, film on the GoPro. We can give you an idea of the quality of the images, quality of the audio. So like I say, it's not a full in-depth tech review, that's not what we do, but it will give you an idea of how these two cameras work in a running environment and how different they are too. I'm shooting this on the DJI Osmo, so this will give us a good idea of the audio quality, how it differs between the GoPro and the DJI. Hopefully it's sounding good. Obviously I don't know, I haven't heard it. So we thought we'd have a run. We thought we'd do a bit of a tech review on the two cameras, but also just before we came up, I saw something on social media that was a short video about someone purchasing items off of a big global online retailer and then getting them delivered to the homeless guys that were living on the streets of New York. I thought, you know, really nice thing, but it did scream like a bit of a viral ad campaign. Great that they got socks and new socks and warm socks and gloves and all kinds of stuff delivered to them, but I thought instead of going for a big global retailer, why don't we just buy some, bring them up, and while we're running around, if we see anyone, we can hand them out some thermal gloves, thermal socks and a nice warm hat. So number 3 today, we're running a new shoe that we're going to be reviewing in a couple of weeks time. So first run in the shoe, I'd say it's feeling pretty good so far and a very different shoe for me to be running in. We just had a wicked run around London. It was awesome being back in London and running around the city. We're running out of time. We did lots of filming, ran the new shoes for the first time, feel wicked. We gave out loads of hats, gloves, socks and food to some homeless people we came across. I've got to get changed. That's better. Let's do some packing. We'll see you in Cornwall. If only it was that easy to get back from London to Cornwall. The reality was we were stuck in traffic for about 10 and a half, 11 hours. M25, M4, like a car park, a complete nightmare. Hope you all had a really, really good Christmas. We had an awesome family meal up in London and we had a couple of really busy but fun-packed days tearing around the streets of London too. So editing and going through all the footage that we took at the weekend, we thought we'd just pop up and give you our opinion on the 2 cameras that we used while we were filming up in London. And I suppose I can take off my coat. That's better. Let's start with the DJI Osmo Pocket. This is some bit of kit. We've only just picked it up and London was probably the first time we've been able to get out and use it properly. It really, really impressed me. You know, the size, easy to transport around. It comes with this great little case as well. That comes with the camera, so you don't have to buy it separately. It comes with the camera. It's not going to be a really detailed technical analysis of the product. All we want to do is give you our opinion on what we found when we were filming in London over the weekend. So there's lots of great features on the Osmo that I love. Obviously, time-lapse great, motion time-lapse great, but I think the selfie feature where you literally just press the button 3 times, the camera flips, and now that camera is recording you. It's locked onto your face, so wherever you turn, the camera will follow you, it tracks your motion. And also, what we also found when we were filming and when we listened back to the footage, how clear the audio quality was. I've been watching a few other online videos and a lot of people weren't that happy with the audio, but there has recently been a firmware update and I think that's really changed the audio quality. We were super impressed with it. We couldn't fault it, to be honest. Also, the slow-mo is pretty impressive, so I use that function a lot, and a lot of the slow-mo clips you see in the film are filmed on the DJI using that slow-mo feature, and it's pretty impressive. The other thing I really love about it is obviously the size. It's super compact, easy to take anywhere. You know, you haven't got to lug a big heavy SLR around, tripods, everything else. You've just got this tiny little camera that does definitely fit in your pocket. Another really nice touch, comes with the case, like we said. When you shut the camera down, so if I just turn the camera off, the gimbal goes into the right position to fit in the case. So slots in nice and easy. That is genius. So that's the DJI Osmo Pocket. We're also shooting on the new GoPro 7 Black. I've had lots of GoPros over the years. Hands down, this is definitely the best GoPro I've ever had. Lots of great features in the camera. One, it's waterproof as it is. You haven't got to put a case over it like some of the old GoPros. 2, you've got some great features being time-lapse, You've got the hyper smooth as well, which is really easy to use. You just click on it and off you go. And also you've got the built-in digital stabilization, which without a doubt is pretty impressive. Okay, maybe it's not a gimbal killer like a lot of people have been saying. GoPro themselves advertise it as a gimbal killer. It is super smooth. I still think a gimbal's always going to be a little bit smoother, but considering you can just hold it in your hand and run along, walk along, it's pretty impressive. So that's stabilization. And again, a lot of the footage in the video was shot on this GoPro. A lot of the moving footage was shot on this GoPro. And I think that stabilization is pretty impressive. Also with the new GoPro 7, you know, the touch screen on the back, really easy to use, really easy to work your way through and pick out the functions you want to use. Also great to be able to watch back your footage on it. So you can set the camera up, you can line it up, you can see using the monitor on the back. And then once you've shot something, you can also play it back pretty quickly. Again, really simple to navigate through. So you can play that back, have a good look at your footage. If you're happy with it, crack on. If not, you can shoot it again. Really good feature. So we just wanted to do a really quick review on the two pieces of tech that we shot the footage on up in London. It's not going to be in depth. I'm not a tech reviewer. I'm not a professional photographer, professional filmmaker, but in the environment we're in over the weekend shooting on the DJI for the first time, we just thought we'd do a quick review on the two pieces of kit. There's been lots of stuff on social media. I've watched lots of videos saying the GoPro's better, the DJI's better, the GoPro stabilization is rubbish, the DJI isn't as good as people are saying it is. In my humble opinion, I think they're both really, really good cameras, but very different. What I would say is if you're an amateur filmmaker and you want a very minimal kit, I think if you purchase both of these cameras, if you can afford that, these two cameras will do pretty much everything you need a camera to do. And then what you've got is a really small setup that you can carry around and just stick in your pocket, you know? The GoPro's great because it's waterproof. As it is, you can literally take that anywhere, any races, any running, wet, dry, windy, cold. That's going to go with you everywhere. I love the GoPro for that. Again, underwater, in the rain, you haven't got to worry about it. Obviously, the DJI isn't waterproof, but again, it has some great features like the slow-mo feature, the selfie feature. The gimbal is brilliant on it. The footage is silky, silky smooth. So I think if you can afford both cameras, they're very different, but they are super, super bits of kit. So I don't think one's better than the other. I think they're very different cameras and they're both worth a look. If you have been looking at either of them cameras to purchase, I hope this has been a bit useful for you. There's also links in the description if you want to check out a bit more info about the two cameras, and I'd really recommend you do. They really are great bits of kit if you're an amateur filmmaker. We really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please hit that like button. We had great fun making it. It was wicked being back in the city. Awesome running around the city. We had some stuff to give out, so as we were running around, if we came across any of the homeless guys in London, it's a cold time of year, it's a tough time of year for them. We had a few hats, socks and gloves to give out. We handed a few of them out. The guys were super appreciative, really thankful. Nice to be giving back at Christmas, so we really enjoyed that aspect of the trip as well. So don't forget, guys, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We've got a couple of other videos that we're going to be releasing in the coming year. We've got a new shoe review and a race video coming up. And don't forget to comment on the previous video. If you haven't watched it, please go and watch the shoe review on the Predict RA from Salomon. There's a competition on that shoe review. So all you've got to do is leave a comment below, and then we're going to draw a winner at random come February. So get involved in that competition, guys. Watch the previous video and get a comment down below. We hope you have a great new year, guys. In fact, when this goes out, we hope you've had a great new year. Happy New Year. And as always on Run4Adventure, stay safe and keep on running.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and all